The late start. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Today is Wednesday, October 20th, 2021. I'm Tony DeNardis.
And I'm Daisy Padilla.
And we begin with our top national stories.
General Colin Powell, who served as the first Black Secretary of State and first Black Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, died Monday from COVID complications. In his cancer battle, Powell had multiple melanoma A cancer cells of plasma that suppressed the body's immune response. Powell also had Parkinson's disease. His life of service stretched over several decades, from the battlefield of Vietnam to the hall of the State Department. One of his last public appearances was in late September for the school named after him at the City College of New York.
To push through his legislative agenda, it's a busy week in Washington as the president meets with lawmakers who could make or break his proposals. Sticking points include social programs like Medicare expansion and some aggressive climate change policies, which several Democrats warn they could vote against if key climate change provisions are cut. With the slimmest of majorities in both chambers, Democrats have no choice but to compromise, looking to the president's decades of experience to make it happen.
The FBI conducted what is called law enforcement activity at the Washington, D.C. house of Russian oligarch Oleg Deripaska, a close ally of Russian President Putin. The U.S. sanctioned Deripaska in 2018 in regards to the Russian interference with the 2016 election. Charges include money laundering, threatened the lives of business rivals, legal wiretapping, among other things. Earlier this year, Deripaska unsuccessfully filed a lawsuit to have sanctions lifted. An FBI spokesperson confirms it's connected to the federal investigation based out of New York, but couldn't elaborate further on the matter.
It may take Santa a little more than 9 reindeer and a sleigh to deliver gifts from the North Pole this year. Toys that have already been made, caught up in a global supply chain gridlock that could keep them off shelves until next year, with nearly every U.S. port facing a backlog. The warehouse is using all of them, piecing together a working supply chain to try to help with that, President. President Biden announced 2 major ports in California will move to operate 24/7. There are currently about 200,000 containers still sitting on ships with nowhere to offload.
The Haitian gang that kidnapped 17 missionaries are now demanding $17 million for their release. According to the country's justice minister, the missionaries are artificed with the Ohio-based Christian Aid Ministries, which say the conduction group is made up of 5 men, 7 women, and 5 children. The justice ministry says Haitians police negotiations and the FBI are advising the missionary group on how to proceed. But while negotiations are ongoing, experts says it will not be easy.
When we return, we have your leading local headlines.
And later we have your Lewis sports coverage. Stay with us.
Fourth ha in ha ha ha. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. Sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. I could go back and change it all. I could go back. I would.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. But she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
The Metro announced they will not be increasing fare prices and hope to restore train schedules to pre-pandemic levels next year. All of this to increase ridership usage on the suburban Chicago rail service with the introduction of a $6 day pass, part of one-year pilot program. Metro also aims increase ridership on shortage distance. Metro CEO said that the company will approach the immune caution while at the same time gradually increase service when passengers return.
A $1.2 billion infrastructure project is set to take place on Interstate 80 over the next 6 years, said Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker on Monday. The Rebuild Illinois project was passed in 2019 and allocated $33.2 billion for critical transportation systems in the state during his visit. Pritzker pushed for Will County to bring much-needed improvements to roadways, interchanges, and bridges, especially the interstate highway.
Former DePaul student Thomas Cisnek, 22, appeared in court on terrorism charges. Thomas is facing charges for helping design a computer code to bypass programs meant to block the ISIS propaganda. His attorney stated freedom of speech as a defense, arguing there was nothing wrong with looking and liking the ISIS terrorist group. Thomas was arrested in the city of Chicago in 2019. Thomas can face up to 20 years in prison and on Monday will be returning at Chicago Federal Court. DePaul student Thomas is faced with terrorist charges, was charged for helping and is designed computer code to help bypass programs designed to block the group's propaganda. His attorney said that his freedom of speech, that there was nothing wrong with liking ISIS. He was born in Chicago suburb but arrested in the city of Chicago in 2019. Thomas in prison and on Monday will return to Chicago.
Major cities like Washington, Los Angeles, and Chicago mandated the COVID vaccine. In Chicago, 79% of all city employees have submitted their vaccination status. About a third of the employees, more than 4,500, have refused. This includes officers and civil employees. If officers don't report vaccination status by Friday, they will go without pay.
Demeter residents are on their third day without running water. The issue is due to a water pressure problem due to water main breaks that occurred in the neighborhood city, Harvey, which supplies water to Demeter. Demeter president blames these problems on a water main break in Harvey. Harvey claims its federal line to Demeter is fully working, saying that a water main break in Harvey could have to impact on water pressure. There's currently a boil which ordered in effect.
If you're looking for something to do close to campus, look no further than world-renowned disc golf course across the 9th Street Bridge. LUTN's Logan Cap had the opportunity to speak to the owner, operator Sean Callahan.
Established in 2014, the Canyons at Delwood is now ranked number 8 internationally. We had a chance to sit down with the owner-operator of Delwood Disc Golf, Sean Callahan.
If you would have told me 6 years ago that this is what I'd be doing 6 years from then, I would think you were crazy. In spring of 2013, I sent an email to Dave Herman at the Lockport Park District and said, Dave, you know, I'm a disc golfer. I've been doing this for 4 years. This place is beautiful. It's got all the terrain that we don't normally see at places in northern Illinois. How do we bring disc golf to Delwood Park? So it was a lot of going back and forth with designing and safety and approvals. About a year and a half after that, we debuted the course. We opened up the pro shop in 2017, and I've been here open 7 days a week since.
This past year, the Canyons Disc Golf Course was included in the PDGA Pro Tour with their Clash of the Canyons tournament. The Canyons played host to 176 pro players, drawing the attention of the local community.
The disc golf community is still very grassroots. Disc golf is exponentially growing every single year. I didn't know a year ago that I would be on the Disc Golf Pro Tour with Clash. The community is probably one of the biggest reasons why Clash was a success. It was 40, 50 volunteers over that whole weekend that really made the event happen. So without the community, there really is no Clash of the Canyons.
Sean told us that the disc golf community is growing, and the sport is not just for pros.
Everybody out here is friendly. Everybody wants to teach everybody how to do this. Once people kind of see that there is also like a culture to it, that it's not just physically playing the game. We're all just trying to do it and have fun with it and be a part of a community, and that's what it really is.
This has been the Canyons at Delwood Park. For LUTN, I'm Logan Cap.
Thank you for that highlight, Logan. Up next, we have some information about what's going on at the Lasworth art exhibit here on campus.
We also have the latest in sports news. Stay with us.
I had the opportunity to meet with art gallery coordinator Natalie Swing about the current art exhibit.
So today we are here in the Wadsworth Family Gallery, and this is a show called As We See It. It's by a group called the Chicago Society of Artists. They started in 1887, and they are still popular today. The Chicago Society of Artists has been here before. This is actually the third time that they have been at the Wadsworth Family Gallery. And the reason that we like to have them back is because it is a great connection between the Chicagoland artists and the gallery. And we want to become this cultural center for Will County. So we love to keep that connection with the local artists. This is a favorite exhibit of all the patrons that come to the gallery. And I think the reason is the variety of artwork that you're going to see. We have lots of different media. There are 72 different pieces of artwork from 42 different artists. So art is very personal, and there are actually a few pieces that I really like in this exhibit. This is by an artist named Didier Nollet, and the name of the painting is Saffron Dust. And I think what I like about it is that I really enjoy the ominous look of the clouds, but then yet you have this beautiful grass showing through. It just makes me feel good when I look at it. So for me, this is the piece that I would choose. Art is so personal. You never know if you're going to like everything in the exhibit. So I feel like this exhibit has lots to offer with that variety. One interesting thing about the gallery is that I actually work along with my husband. We were actually students here back in the late 80s, early 90s, and he has been here for 25 years. But we actually met as students, so we're alums. Mark actually helps me to install the work, and he puts the nail in the wall, and then afterward we patch the holes, sand the walls, and paint and do all that after every show, which we have a new show every month. So.
The next art exhibit will be hosted by our very own Lewis professor, Mark Swain. It's going to be November 1st through November 23rd at the Lewis Art Exhibit. Come check it out. From LUTN, I'm Daisy Padilla. There will be an art reception and gallery talk at Wadsworth Family Gallery Thursday, October 21st at 7 p.m.
The Chicago Sky won their first ever WNBA title on Sunday night, defeating Phoenix Mercury in 4 games. There was a parade held Tuesday morning where thousands of fans joined each other to cheer for the Sky's championship. The festivities began at Wintrust Arena and ended with a rally at Millennium Park. Governor J.B. Pritzker, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, and Chance the Rapper were all present to celebrate this great achievement.
The Lewis University women's bowling team placed 3rd at the Penguin Classic over the weekend. The Flyers went 10-3 in the tournament, earning best record among all teams present. In addition, they were able to pick up 4 wins against the top 11 teams in the country.
The Lewis men's soccer team was able to extend their winning streak to a season-high 4 matches on Sunday afternoon, winning 4-1 at William Jewell. This win improves the Flyers' record to 8-3-2 on the season. The Flyers return home on Friday against Drury at 3 p.m. in their final homestand of the season.
The Lewis University women's soccer team railed in the second half of the game on Sunday, scoring 3 goals to beat William Jewell 5-2. The Flyers outshot the Cardinals 22-7 in the contest, including 11-4 in shooting on the goal. The Flyers return home on Friday from the final home series of the regular season against Drury. This game starts at 5:30 at Lewis Stadium.
The Lewis University women's golf team finished 4th at the Davenport Panther Invitational on Saturday and Sunday. The Flyers opened play on Saturday, shooting a .314, and followed that with a .313 on Sunday, for a total of 627, a plus 51 on the course. The Flyers will finish up their fall schedule at the Tulsa Cup, hosted by Rogers State next Monday and Tuesday. That's it for today's news. Thank you for watching. As a reminder, you can always keep up with Lewis News on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and by visiting our YouTube channel. I'm Tony DeNardis.
And I'm Daisy Padilla. Have a great night.